Right then, this is a quick walk around video for a really lovely Honda Civic. This is a 1.6 SR diesel, 64 plate with just 59,000 miles on the clock. Car's got a full service history, finished in this lovely twilight blue, black alloys, and it is in beautiful condition. I'm going to go around the car for you. The front of the car, lights and lenses clear, intact, there's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet itself, extraordinarily clean. I can't see any obvious stone chips. Near side of the car, absolutely mirror smooth in the panel work, really crisp and clean. Sorry, there's a tiny bit of mud on the front wheel arch there, which I knew it wasn't a scratch, but I wanted to get that off. Near side front alloy, lovely. Panels absolutely fantastically clean. Near side rear alloy, again, lovely as well. Covering the back, try not to fall over. Yeah, it's just one of the cleanest you're going to see. Absolutely stunning. To the back, offside, driver's side, again, absolutely crisp down there. It's just got a natural gleam to this car. I've not even washed it yet, and yeah, this is how it's come to us. Fine alloy, again, absolutely lovely. You're going to have to look very hard to find an imperfection on that car. Come to the boot area, absolutely enormous boots on the Civics, really nicely finished. This one's been kept very nicely as well. It's coming to the back. This is the business end for a Civic. So this is where the kids sit and can quite often show a lot of wear. Nothing to do with build quality, it's just the use. And yet this one, leather work, is in absolutely stunning condition. It's almost like kids have been banished. And from the passenger side, again, lovely and clean. Passenger seat, again, we can give them absolutely minimal use. Finally, on the driver's side, all very clean. I apologise, I just put my feet on the mat there. So it is clean, but it's dirty right now. Driver's seat in lovely condition. Inside the car now, engine's running as is always the case. The dash is illuminated. Dashboard looks pretty much like new here. Sat nav working perfectly. You've got the rear parking camera, which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Going down, see how well it's been kept. And that is a view you get as a Civic driver. It's the best dash designed by country mile in my most humble of opinions, because it works absolutely brilliantly. It really does. Just going to pan in there for you, hopefully show you 59,451 miles, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine's running. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 SR diesel. Car's registered NJ64NJU, and with a mileage of 59,452 recorded. The reason we do these videos is very simple. It's just to ensure that you get to see the car in operation. It can be very frustrating to see a car which can look perfectly good in photographs or description, but only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up. Also done on these very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the hope is, of course, it will be representative of what you feel yourself should you go and drive in the car. The car itself's been beautifully looked after, full service history, and it's in amazing condition, really is, and it drives every bit as good as it looks. Twist the key, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car. The engine's another brilliant engine from Honda, as is always the case. It's got all of their qualities, incredibly tough and reliable over huge mileages with just good regular maintenance. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about. But on top of that, it's just a really very good diesel. It's smooth and quiet on the move, only noticeably a diesel at sort of low speed, as they all are. The economy is amazing. I've owned numerous of these 1.6s, and even doing driving which isn't particularly conducive to good economy, I'll be getting about 60 to the gallon on any sort of slightly longer trips or further than a couple of miles I normally drive. It's you know, I'm well over 70, so they do deliver it. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, nice and smooth in operation. The gear change is brilliant. So the clutch bites perfectly as well. Sorry. The gear change is another fantastic Honda gearbox. Most front-wheel drive cars, as with this one, the gear lever is actually connected to the gearboxes by cables. Unfortunately, that means with lots of manufacturers you end up with a vague, lifeless, almost PlayStation gear change. This feels substantial, meaty, mechanical, because Honda put a lot of effort into making you feeling, pleasure from the tactile feel of these controls. It's just a lovely gear change. You can't get lost in it. All the gears engage beautifully, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. Moving on to the steering and chassis of the car, always been a favourite part of the Civics in my opinion. Civic steering is absolutely perfect, nicely weighted, pinpoint accurate, quick, precise, and works beautifully with the chassis. It doesn't get any better than that, in all honesty. It also, there's no vibrations at the speed, at any speed up to the legal limit, and it tracks nice and straight as well. The chassis itself, because this is a family car, the whole design is to get you and your family from A to B comfortably and safely, and it does a brilliant job. The ride is very well judged. The damping's brilliant. It deals with pretty much all surfaces very well. Only the sharpest ridges, will kind of catch it out as they would any car, but it does a much better job. This section here is particularly choppy, and it rides it really very comfortably. Also, absolutely no clonks or rattles, by the way, from underneath the car. So all in good order there. But for those who still kind of enjoy their driving, and I'm certainly in that camp, the steering and the chassis are just fantastic for those who it's engaging. It corners flat. It's keen to change direction. It devours, roads of varying types, with enthusiasm, which is really rare to get the two, the ride comfort and that together. But it does a brilliant job of it. It really, really does. Brakes, by the way, are superb as well. Nice solid brake pedal on the car, powerful. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so obviously all in good order there. Saying there's no traffic. There's a set of traffic lights up there at the moment, so I've timed that very badly. Right. And then finally coming inside the car, which, it's the only kind of opinion-based part for me, which you can take with a pinch of salt, of course. I think this is the best dash design by a country mile in its class, and it's not just because of the way it looks, which is very much, as I said, my opinion, but it's beautifully assembled, very good quality materials. But what I love about it is it, in trying to be different in some ways, but it is the driver information that they've been obsessed by, and I think that's for all of our benefits. The most conventional part is this center stack here. So you've got your sat nav, which works perfectly. Climate control below that, which is dual zone, so you can have different temperatures side to side, and that pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. All of the switch gear has that lovely high quality feel that you get from Honda. It all feels substantial and nicely damped. But my favourite part by a mile is this two-tier design directly in front. So you've got an upper and lower deck. The upper deck is the information you can look at most commonly on the move. So you've got an information panel up nice and high there. But the one you should be looking at most regularly, of course, is your speed. And there it is, absolutely crystal clear, directly in front of me. So I can look at the chap that's just pulled out there, but keep my eye on my speed at all times. And it is design genius, in my opinion. It really is. And then below that, you've got conventional pod of dials, rev count to the middle, flanked by the temperature and fuel gauges. It is wonderful, and as I say, with design, I think the best designs are the ones that genuinely polarize opinion, and this obviously does. Fortunately, we have a merry band of people who love it, much like myself. But the car is fantastic in every single way, this car, I cannot fault it.